Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Kogan.
Drip. Snort, snort.
I got the drip.
So, I'm excited to try Marisa today. We're going to do as we've done previously. We're going to do the guide. Then we're going to do combo trials. And then what I think we'll do for the first, at least the first few matches, we're going to try casual play. This is something I haven't even touched in Street Fighter 6 yet. All right? But, 2 days ago, when I played Minot and I tried to do the ranked, it was absolutely ridiculous. They threw me into the fire. The wolves were devouring me before I even knew basic moves with the character. So it doesn't really make sense to be trying to do that right off the bat. I think we'll do a little bit of casual play, try to get my bearings, at least understand the neutral bread and butter stuff that I'll be doing with this character, and then jump into ranked, okay? So I guess we'll see as I play today how it goes, and hopefully I do better. Like, the truth is, what I'm trying to do as I play through the entire cast of Street Fighter 6, I'm trying to find the characters that I think are going to be characters that I want to invest more time in, all right? Characters like JP, DJ, I don't think I want to go back and play again, just being honest. You know, playing with them once or twice is like, meh. You know, you got characters like maybe Honda or Minot. Maybe I'll go back and play them again. But characters like Blanca, Lily, Dalsim, I've really enjoyed, and I definitely want to play again, you see? So by doing this, I'm basically getting a listing of characters by playing the variety of the whole roster that I know I want to go back, and when I do these more open multiplayer sessions in the future, I'll say, okay, maybe I'll do an hour of this character, an hour of this character, and an hour of this character, because I know which ones I want to play with more. Now, I will say this. It's absolutely funny, because there is completely different attitudes towards my gameplay of Street Fighter 6 right now, okay? When I'm live on stream, and I look at the stream chat and your guys' direct feedback when I'm streaming, here's what I see. You ready? Get online, play online, jump online. Why is he in guide mode? What is he doing in training mode? Get online and play. You've got to play online, play online, play online, play online. Okay? But then, when you read the comments on the videos, you see things such as, man, if only he had spent more time in training mode to learn more basics, to learn more bread and butter combos, to learn more standard things to do from neutral, he wouldn't be getting bodied online every match. He rushed out of training mode into an online ranked environment, and that's why he's losing so much. And it's frustrating because we know that if he just played a little more and practiced a little more before he went online, he'd actually do better. But instead, we've got a 3-hour session where it's 2 hours of him getting spanked, and it's not very entertaining. So you want to talk about a difference in attitudes between the audience I have on a stream versus the audience I have on demand. It's complete night and day. All right. Another change in attitude or difference in attitude that I can say is there's definitely been a lot of demand to see me do variety of characters, because what people are saying is we want to see you play the whole cast and see which characters are more your forte or more to your liking. Others are saying you've already screwed up. Okay? You've literally already messed up, because what all the top pro players are doing is they've already selected their 1 or 2 characters that they want to play with, and they've only been focusing on those characters for a week and a half to 2 weeks since the game's been out, and they're going high level. They're doing all the drive cancel combos. They've got all these high level strategies worked out. You've only played each character once, and then in the case of Blanca, Dalsim, and Lily, you've played them, 3 times each, but only like an hour each time. So you've got like 1/20th of the experience of those who are actually trying hard to get good at the game, and you're never going to be able to hang in the game because of that. Okay? Now here's the thing. I can understand like both sides of this reasoning. On one side, I'm a streamer, I'm a content creator, I'm a variety streamer, by the way, and I'm out to entertain, all right? I need to be able to entertain an audience and listen to what that audience wants and give you what you want, correct? And I feel it's entertaining to see me try the different characters. Even if I lose, at least you're seeing variety of gameplay, correct? Because let's say, for example, day 1 I started with Blanca, and I liked Blanca, and I decided I wanted to play more Blanca. Imagine if, since day 1, I've only used Blanca and 2 other characters, but I mostly just play Blanca every single time I play online. Now, what would you have seen? You probably would have seen higher level gameplay. You would have seen a lot more wins. Hell, my Blanca might have hit diamond or even master level by now, and you would have seen some crazy, drive cancel combos and things getting better and better because I'm using the same character for an extended period of time. Probably I would have gotten better at countering drive impact and things like that, right? But you would have seen tons of Blanca, and that's it. As of today, now that I'm going to play Marisa today, this will be 9 characters that I've played. That's half the cast within a 2-week period. That's pretty darn good, I would think, especially for a competitive game like this, to be able to say, hey, I've actually tried out half the cast of the game so far, I think is a pretty good accomplishment for me covering the game. No? And again, it's not, oh, I just went online and mashed buttons. It's I actually tried to learn strategies and moves with these characters. Did I get bodied a lot with Minot? I did, but I did win some matches that were actually entertaining. So I'm trying to provide you with that level of variety and that level of entertainment, because that's what I told you from day one when I was going to cover Street Fighter 6, that I was out to have fun with the game and entertain you. I wasn't out to become a competitive level player. And I think that's where a lot of people's mentalities have changed when it comes to fighting games. It seems like for most people online, in particular who are covering these games, it's either you're getting competitive or you're not playing. I do feel like this is a huge thing in the FGC. Like if you're playing Street Fighter 6 but you're not attempting to get competitively good, then you're either wasting your time or you're not worth watching. I think that's ridiculous, okay? This mentality came about back in the Street Fighter 4 days when content creation was becoming prominent on the internet, 13, 14 years ago. And when Street Fighter 4 came out, okay, the mentality was thus. Well, here's all these pro players playing Street Fighter 4, but it's not particularly entertaining to watch. It's informative, and it's interesting at a tournament level to see the high-level strategies. But it's just not that entertaining. The commentary that these people were adding wasn't funny or interesting. It was more, informative. It's kind of like back in the day how I approach content was different than other people. When I started doing my playthroughs on YouTube, they were meant to be entertaining with improv commentary. They weren't walkthroughs. They weren't meant to be, watch this video to learn how to play the game. It was watch this video to laugh and have a good time. That was the difference between what I was putting out and what everyone else was. So when I approached Street Fighter 4, I wasn't approaching it from the standpoint of, I need to educate the masses on how to play this game at a high level. Instead, it was, how do I mess around with this game and make entertaining content for my viewership that people are going to enjoy and want to come back? So I did Dan Madness, Blanca Madness, Ryu Madness, Balrog Madness. These online sessions where I would pick a character and play with them for like 2-3 hours and pump out a bunch of, content. And then move on to another character. I didn't just focus on one character. I was all over the place with the game trying to showcase all the different things that different characters could do. Now, the funny part was, I never really played most of those characters at a high level. Absolutely not. I would actually say it was mid to low level, right? But the funny part was, my coverage of Street Fighter 4 back in the day got more attention and viewership than the pros. And the pros got pissy with me and actually started to hate on me because my content was more popular than theirs, and they were trying so hard to get competitive at this game, and I wasn't. I didn't give 2 shits about being competitive at the game. I was just looking to put a smile on someone's face and give them a laugh with my commentary when I was winning or losing. So that's why there was so much shit talk, and there was so much kind of... People say, he's so toxic. No, it was supposed to be funny, and it was. People laughed at that shit and found it very, very funny and entertaining back in the day. Today, it's so toxic that someone would talk like that, right? So, I don't really do that anymore. Only because attitudes have changed. People don't seem to get that joke anymore, which is kind of sad when you really think about it, that things have changed so much you can't even joke around when you're playing online. But that's just how it was back then, okay? Now, things have obviously changed. I am not a prominent content creator anymore. It's funny because when I say that, people say weird things like, no, I'm not. I'm not popular. Guys, the videos I put out barely get 1,000 views, if that. You understand that, right? Even for a big playthrough, half the time my videos don't get 1,000 views. I don't get any viral crowds watching my stuff. If anything, it's always for a bad reason, a negative reason. It's for something stupid that I didn't even do or is taken out of context because people just want to be toxic about me. I've come to terms and grips with this reality. You understand that? The truth is, though, I still enjoy what I do. I know that I have enough of an audience that enjoys what I'm doing, that I'm going to keep going, and you guys support me enough that you allow me to keep doing it for a living. You get it? So it doesn't matter that I don't have a giant viral group of people watching me anymore like back in the day. Like, no exaggeration, when I used to do the Madness series of Street Fighter 4, those videos each would get thousands upon thousands of views, and I'd put out 30 of them in a session. So I'd be getting, in one session of Street Fighter 4, several 100,000 views. I barely get that in a whole month now on YouTube. You understand that, right? So things have definitely changed over the years, all right? But I realize that my audience is not a competitive Street Fighter audience. Most of you who are here, all right, are here to be entertained and have fun with me. Now, would you enjoy to see me get better at this game? I would assume so. I assume you don't want to see me just flub it and suck constantly for the rest of the lifetime of this game. And by the way, this game likely is going to have legs because it's being so well accepted here at launch. I get the feeling this game is going to last another 7 years, just like Street Fighter V did, right? So obviously, you want to see me improve. You want to see me get better, right? And I want to, by the way. I want to get better at the game. If I'm going to continue to play it, I certainly don't want to be someone who's just scrubbing it at the bottom and losing 9 times out of 10 and never learning and never advancing. I want to get better at the game. But I feel like right now we're still in the early infancy of my content of this game because I haven't even played half the cast yet. As of today, I will have actually played half the cast, correct? And so, you know, I get, like I said, I understand both reasonings. On one side, people are like, just play it for fun, play a variety of characters, continue to show us what you're doing. We like how you're doing it. Even if you're losing, you're still entertaining us. On the other side, man, you've completely done it the wrong way. Everyone else playing this game is doing it different than you. They're all focused on a couple characters, and they're doing really well because they played those characters for 2 weeks now. They're doing advanced combos, you know, drive cancel stuff. You haven't even done drive cancels with any of your characters because you only play them for a couple hours. You don't get to that point. Fair enough. I mean, that's completely correct. I can't even dispute that rationale or that reasoning or what some people are saying about the content, you know. So I guess the question is, where is the happy medium? Is it that I'm going to continue to play with the rest of the cast? Because we're going to have 9 characters as of today. The good news is, as of today, I've played with all 4 new characters. JP, Lily, Minot, and Marisa. And the real reason I needed to do that is because I told you guys, we're going to be doing things like tier maker rankings of Street Fighter characters and stuff coming up. And if I hadn't played the new characters, how on earth was I going to rank them? Right? Now, because I've played everyone new, now I can actually judge for myself, and we can actually do events like that, which will be quite fun. You know, the tier maker stuff's great, and I've been looking forward to doing tier maker stuff with you guys again. It's been a little bit, you know, but we're going to get back into it, okay? So, oh yeah, Jamie is new as well, Stealthy Kupo, that's correct. And I did play Jamie in the beta. So I have played Jamie, you know, to some extent. I forget. You know, it's weird that I keep having stuck in my head there's only 4 new characters, when in reality there's more than 4. I think the reason is because always in these games, usually Capcom will release 4 new characters. Like in Super Street Fighter 2, it was the new challengers, 4 new characters. So I have it like ingrained in my head there's only 4. But you're right. I think is there 5 in this one? 5 new characters? Anyway, so today's Marisa, and then after this, okay, I guess the question is, how do we want to continue to approach the game? Because I'm still playing it a lot. But the question is, when I move forward, what's the next step? Do I continue to try a new character and move forward? Or do I now focus on the 9 characters that I've tried, hyper focus in on the ones that I feel are ones I like, and try to get better, right? What do I do? What is the ideal situation right now? Is there even an ideal situation? Or is it really like it doesn't matter which way I go, there's going to be disappointed people and there's going to be happy people? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure which way to go at this point. Because later on this week, I could just do multiplayer sessions where, okay, today I'm going to play a whole multiplayer session with Zangief and try to get better with him. And then the next day, okay, today I'm going to play with Dalsim and try to get better with him. And then, I'm going to use Marisa again and try to get better with her. You see, I could do that. And that's perfectly valid gameplay. And that's going to make me better at the game. Or do I continue to keep trying the cast? Because we're halfway through now. I mean, if you do the math, it would probably take me about another week and a half to 2 weeks, maybe the rest of the month, to have played with each cast member kind of once and messed around with them. Oh, Jasper, here we go with this. No, I can't sit on my lap when I'm doing the podcast. It's just so silly. You know, what do we do? What's the proper answer? And I guess what I need your feedback. I want to hear your feedback on this. What is the split? Is there a split? Is the split that some people think I should do it this way, some people I should do it that way? I don't know how to go about it, okay? And the thing is, I'm never going to get better at this game if I don't focus in on playing certain characters over and over. And will it come to a point where, you know, it's entertaining to watch the competitive nature, but now it's not fun to watch for a casual viewer anymore because now I'm not using new characters, right? I don't know. I really don't know at this point. I don't have the answers. But it's interesting that I'm seeing this split amongst my viewer base, that especially the stream viewers seem to want online play and seem to want variety. The on-demand viewers are saying, no, you're not getting better at the game. You must focus in. You must get better at the game. It's like, so I don't know which way to go with this, right? So let's talk about it. Let's see what you guys think. Perhaps you'll give me your opinions on today's show here, on what exactly it is you'd like to see. Jasper, I just said you're not going to sit on my lap, so I hope you're not going to try again. You know, and go from there, because I really don't know what the proper. If this were back in the day, he sat on my lap again. If this were back in the day, I would continue to do variety. I would not give a crap about getting so much better at the game. I would just say, we're going to use every character. And we're going to go through it like that. And within 2-3 weeks, we'll have played most of the cast. And, you know, then maybe I'll do some series after that. But I absolutely, Jasper, come on. I absolutely think that right now, we're in a situation that's a little confusing, right? It was funny because yesterday actually asked me the question, or someone asked me the question on yesterday's podcast, have you plateaued? I'm like, plateaued? I don't even feel like I've put time into it to learn yet. Outside of incredible basics, how can you say I've plateaued? Like, that's crazy. Like I said, am I even actively parrying yet? Not really. Very little. Have I done drive rush yet? No, I haven't. I haven't even learned how to basically counter drive impact yet. How could I have plateaued with my skill level? That's crazy to say. So, the plan for this week is today it's Marisa. Tomorrow it's a variety stream, and I think tomorrow what I'll probably try to do... Jasper, would you please stop? Stop trying to crawl on my lap. Tomorrow's going to be a variety stream where I'll probably play more Zangief, because I liked Zangief the other day, and I was getting better with him. Plus, I watched, like, one video of Zangief and already learned a few strategies that I think will be good to implement in future gameplay, okay? So probably more Zangief, more Minot, which, yes, I want to try Minot, but the problem is I can't find tech for her that makes sense, because the high-level tech is too... The high-level tech for Minot is like so much drive rush stuff, and the drive rush stuff is something I can't do yet till I learn the basics. So I'm not learning watching the high-level Minot videos because it's too much, oh, do this insanely advanced tactic that mixes up a high-level player, right? But the funny part is if I try that against low-level players, they'll just do unsafe shit right through it and blow through it and beat me. I wonder if anyone even understands what that means. Allow me to elaborate just for a second. When you're playing a competitive fighting game, okay, there's essentially two levels. There's scrub level, where people are just so not conscious of how to really play the game, they throw anything out there as a Hail Mary, even as unsafe as it is, all right? The problem is, because you're playing like that, a person who has a competitive mindset usually doesn't expect it, and therefore doesn't plan for it. You'd think they're going to do anything but what they just did, because what they just did is so ridiculously risky and unsafe and doesn't make sense from a competitive standpoint. So it's funny, when you're a higher level player with a competitive mindset, you can actually get thrown for a loop by a noob because the noob isn't thinking the way you are. Do you understand? But then, when you're playing high level, people tend to be way more conservative with the amount of things that they try to do. And they're not going to throw out giant Hail Mary reversal level 3 supers. They're not going to do wake up Shoryuken if it means that they can lose the round if you block it. So because of that, now some things end up being more safe to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you know they're not going to do this giant Hail Mary move out of nowhere, you could probably do this other kind of mix-up game. And it's like this for every fighting game, by the way. But a lot of people don't get that because they don't understand the difference. That's why it's funny when I'll be playing a game online and I'll say, oh my God, they threw out a random level 3 super and I can't believe I'm going to lose because of it. And people are like, ha ha, you see, you suck. You got beaten by the noob tactic. I'm like, well, actually what it is I'm not expecting them to do something insanely unsafe because if I block that, I win the match for free. So why would they do it? And then you don't think they're going to do it, and then they do it. You see? You could get beaten by that. Because it really is random when they do shit like that. It's so random. Oh, giant reversal out of nowhere or whatever, you see? But that's what I mean. Like, I'm trying to learn this game from a competitive standpoint, and I get beaten by basic stuff. But when I'm watching high-level gameplay of Minot or other characters, they're not doing the crazy, random, risky stuff. So you're not learning the basics of the character. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to figure out what tech am I watching? Whose videos do I watch? And I did ask a few people, hey, could you send me some Minot videos? And no one did. So I was just kind of, you know, winging it. Trying to find stuff on social media, trying to find stuff on YouTube. And it's like, it's tough right now. For someone who's not just hyper-focused on the competitive nature of this game, it actually is tough. You know, coming out of not even playing Street Fighter V at all. How many people are trying to play Street Fighter VI who skipped Street Fighter V? Not many, you know? So it's tough for me, but I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to adapt, and I want to get better, you know? So tomorrow, I'll probably do Zangief, Minot, and Marisa, maybe an hour each, okay? Then next week, the question is, what do I do? That is the question. Do I go back to characters like Blanca, Lily, Dalsim, and play more of them? Do I continue to play with Zangief, maybe Minot, Marisa? I don't know how Marisa's going to go today. If I like Marisa, I want to play more. I'll have to see. Or do I continue to try new characters? Because I can't do both. That's the thing. With the time constraints I have, I'm not just playing Street Fighter 6 nonstop like a lot of these people who are playing the game and trying to get better at it. So because I'm not playing it nonstop, that means that I have limited time, and the question is, how do I use that time effectively, right? Would you prefer to continue to see me to try new characters, but that means that I'm not going to get better at the game immediately? Or would you like to see me just start picking on those characters that I've used already and try to get better with them? So that's really a key factor that we kind of need to determine moving forward, all right? Let's talk about that today and moving forward with Street Fighter 6 coverage, okay?
Go. I got the drip going. 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 I got the drip going.
It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop.
So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean, these dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.